Welcome back, everybody! My name is BluJay, and we are back once again at the Reverb Outpost. In today's episode, we're going to take a little bit of a break from building our starter snow cave. In the last couple episodes, we've been working on our bedroom and a access point for a mine and a starter farm and all of that kind of stuff. And there's a little bit left to do before we can get going on our main base, but we're going to take a break from building today and we're going to go on an adventure. And that's for a couple of reasons that I'll chat about here in just a couple of minutes as we get into the episode, but there's a couple things that we need to do before we get started with our adventure. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to change the color of our dog's collar. We can't have a dog with a red collar when our name is BluJay, so there you go. And the same goes for our bed. We need to change the color of our bed. As is tradition for the series that I do on my channel, I've always got a blue bed. So that's what we're going to do. There we go. So I did want to let you guys know while we're placing this back down that I did go ahead and decide on a name for our dog. And we decided to name him Rocky. And that goes along with the name of our dog from the last season, from season 1. And because it ended so abruptly, and since we didn't really get to do a whole lot of adventures with Rocky, it's appropriate that we name our new dog here Rocky as well. Now, I loved all of the suggestions you guys sent, and I may use some of them in the future because I do plan to have more than one dog in this series. But for now, Rocky's going to be our main pal, and he's going to be going with us on as many adventures as we possibly can this time around. So let's get going and see what we can find. I've got to say that probably my favorite new feature of 1.2 that isn't like a creative building block or like the rockets or something like that, something that's not super obvious. Like, probably my favorite behind-the-scenes kind of feature of the new update is the fact that we can put the map in the offhand. I can't tell you how annoying it was to do adventures before when the map took up the entire screen. And the fact that we can put it in our left hand and just kind of, take a glance at it and then be able to see where we're going and not have to, look down or look up every time we want to get past the map. I love it. It's probably my favorite normal kind of feature. So anyway, while we're walking, let's do some talking. Earlier I mentioned that there were a couple reasons why I wanted to do an adventure in this episode. I normally don't do Okay, we need to be careful not to hit our dog because that is easily doable. Oh, I just did. Please, 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 buddy. Rocky, you gotta stay out of the way, man. That's the worst part about having a companion come along with you is they want to fight, the dogs want to fight the mobs and protect you, which is awesome, but if you're coming at them from different angles, you're more than likely going to hit your dog, and that's not going to end well. Anyway, what we were saying. So there's a couple of reasons why I wanted to go on adventure specifically today. I normally wait a little while in my series before I start doing some adventuring because I want to get established and get my, main base area at least started. But we're kind of taking a break from building just for a little bit. And the biggest reason for that, honestly, it's got to be because of the lighting bug that still exists in the game. It hasn't been updated, hasn't been fixed as of the moment that I'm recording this. I'm recording on Sunday afternoon, so I'm hopeful that it'll be fixed sometime this week. At least that's what I'm, hearing from a few people. Not necessarily like confirmed things, but just, guesses, estimated time frames, and all of that kind of stuff. So hopefully it will be fixed this week and we can get back to building. Hey, Rocky, get over here. Don't you do it. Thank you. Stay away from that skeleton. Oh boy. So I'm hopeful that it'll get fixed sometime this week and maybe we'll be able to get back to building relatively quickly. The other reason why I wanted to go on an adventure today is because it's something that you guys really enjoy seeing, and you like, me finding new things and seeing what else is out there, and, maybe we'll find a new biome, maybe we'll find one of the ocean monuments or the woodland mansions or something. Maybe it's within this map. I don't know, it might be outside of this map. This map is pretty big. I expanded it all the way as far out as it could go. And I think that's like zoomed out 4 times or something like that. So we've got a lot of land to cover today in this episode, and we're not going to do all of it on camera. We're going to do some of it off camera because there's just way too much here. It would be a 3 or 4 hour episode if we were to just walk the entire thing together. So we're going to do a lot of jump cuts. We're going to do a little bit of talking, and hopefully we'll run into something interesting. I'm really hoping for a jungle this season because I didn't see one last season. Oh, creeper. We're going to go the other way. We want to spare our dog from any potential harm. I didn't run into a jungle last season. I really want to go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is not going to end well. Rocky, please. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we didn't see a jungle in the last season, and I really want to get a parrot. I want a pet parrot. They look fun, and I've not had one before in Minecraft. They're brand new. Oh my goodness, why do I keep hitting my dog? This is not gonna be good for you, buddy. All right, we need to feed him some beef to get his health level back up because he's pretty close to being done here. Come on, bud. You gotta eat this. It's good for you. You're gonna like it. Come back here. Where are you going, buddy? Rocky. Okay, there we go. That's all the meat that I've got. I'm going to gather some more and try to repair my dog a little bit, and we'll keep adventuring together. All right, so we did a little bit of sailing and found another patch of land here, and it's a birch forest. Nothing too unique or interesting about it. They're not very rare like jungle biomes or snow biomes or mesa biomes or anything like that. Those are much more rare. Birch forest, it's pretty standard. And that's the other thing we didn't find in last season was a mesa biome, and I'd love to find one of those this season. Look at this! Oh my goodness, that is really far down there. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why I wanted to reset my single-player world. The generation of the terrain had already been so far spread in Season 1 that this kind of stuff would have been really, 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 really far away. I'm really glad we found a ravine. That's pretty cool looking. We're going to have to go down in there and explore sometime. I'm not going to do that today because I really want to explore this entire map and just see what there is around. But awesome. I'm so glad we found a ravine. Our world is generating properly with all of the new features. Again, if we find the woodland mansion or an ocean monument in this episode, either of those, we're not going to conquer them because we're not prepared for one. But speaking of the woodland mansion, we had such terrible luck with that. And honestly, we had terrible luck with the ocean monument too last season. We didn't get the gold blocks, and we didn't really get any sponges either, if I remember correctly. And in the woodland mansion, that was a complete flop. All of the illagers, they basically didn't spawn. None of the vindicators were there. We didn't get a totem. It was just kind of a bummer. So I think that we're going to have a lot better luck in this series with a brand new world generation with, the features built in that it was meant for at, the spawn of this world. So I'm pretty excited about what we're going to find on our mini adventures. This is only going to be the first of many, many, many. We're going to adventure through the Nether, and we're going to adventure through the End, and we're going to fight the Ender Dragon and the Wither, and we're going to get Elytra. We're going to do all of the things that we did in Season 1, and hopefully be able to use the perks of those things for a lot longer. This right here is exactly what we want to see. I think this is a swamp, and... The water's green. Is that new? I thought it used to be gray. Maybe that's part of my texture pack? Do you guys have green water? If you're playing on a world with a swamp without a texture pack, is the water green or is it gray? Because I'm pretty sure the water used to be gray. I like it green though. That's pretty cool. Looks swampy. We're going to need a lot of resources from the swamp. And, ooh, we found a village. Nice. Let's go explore that. We're going to need a lot of the slimes from the swamp, and that's because we're going to do a lot of stuff with sticky pistons and do some redstone in our main base. It's going to be some pretty cool stuff, I think. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to building, and we're only going to spend probably another 1 or 2 episodes in our snow cave before we start on our main base, if I predict correctly what we're actually going to be doing. Oh, and books. Let's go ahead and take these bookshelves, because we can definitely use these. That'll help us get to the end game enchantments. That's the word I'm looking for. The higher level enchantments earlier on, because it was going to take us quite a while. Who are you? A librarian, and you have Silk Touch. Well, I don't have any emeralds, so that's not going to do us any good. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and take this stuff. Not anything too crazy. But we're going to hopefully be able to get bookshelves for our enchanting table and start enchanting our stuff a lot sooner than I had hoped. Because, look, there's more books. That's awesome. Books take a long time to get, bookshelves especially, because you need 3 books per bookshelf and a lot of wood planks, and I wish I had a Silk Touch pickaxe right now, or Silk Touch axe, rather, so that I could just grab the bookshelves, but books are better than nothing, right? So to kind of speed up the process of gathering books, I went ahead and made a little bit of an adjustment to where our starter farm used to be. Now I'm storing cows there, and I'm going to find a more permanent location for them later on, but I've been breeding some cows, and we're going to be able to collect leather and make books, and I've got a small sugarcane farm growing, and we've got all the basics started, but we've got a lot more work to do to get, established in the world. We're not quite to the point yet where we're like, we've got all of the things. We still have quite a few things left to do before we can comfortably say we're set to go and we can just focus on building for a while. So I'm going to jump down here and grab my boat, and hopefully this isn't too far down. There we go. All right, let's swim back up, and we're going to keep going. All right, looks like we found a roofed forest, and we got some dark oak. That is nice. I'm going to spend a few minutes chopping down some trees here and grabbing some saplings, because I want to make sure I get enough saplings that if we plant these back home, we're not going to have to travel all the way back out here. They don't always drop the same number of saplings that it takes to grow one of these. It takes 4 saplings to grow a dark oak wood tree, and sometimes it only drops 2 or 3 saplings, and sometimes it drops like 5 or 6, just depending on the tree. So we want to make sure that we've got more than enough saplings for this, that we don't have to run all the way back out here. So I'm going to spend a few minutes doing this, and then we will continue on our way. So you remember when I was talking about favorite new features? This right here, this is another one of them. This whole altitude-based weather, this is amazing. This is probably one of the most genius ideas that they've put into the game as of lately. Like, having snow on top of mountains, that's realistic. And I know that having a square world is not exactly, the epitome of realism, but snow on top of mountains, that seems like a no-brainer. I can't believe it took this long to get it into the game, but good job, guys. This is awesome. I love this feature. I'm so glad that they got around to adding this. I'm not sure if this was around in the Java edition for a while before they did it here. Let me know, because I've never played the Java edition. Let me know what you guys know about this particular feature, if it's been around for a while, or if this is something that's exclusive and brand new to the Minecraft Bedrock versions. I love it. Well, guys, remember these coordinates right here. We're going to be coming back here sometime in the future. Not anytime soon, because we need to get geared up, but check that out. You know what that is? If you don't, then you need to be watching more of my videos, because I've already conquered one of these in the last season. It's an ocean monument, and my goodness, look at all of the guardians down there. Just the mob generation in this version is ridiculous. That's something else I noticed about squids. There are squids everywhere in the water. It's nuts. Like, I had to swim around for 15 minutes to find one squid in 1.1. And, when you're doing concrete, dark gray concrete, like I was using in a few of the builds for Season 1, it was hard to find ink sacs. And I got quite a few of them from fishing with a enchanted fishing rod, but having an infinite supply of squid, that's amazing. I love the new mob generation in this version of the game. Now, I know a lot of people are a little bit upset about how many hostile mobs are spawning because, lots of creepers, lots of explosions, lots of damage, and lots of things to fix. But I guess that's just part of the game now, What I always say is that once you've got end game level gear, all the enchantments, all of the high level stuff, is just too easy. There's not a whole lot of challenge to it anymore, and having a lot more mob spawning and, quite honestly, maybe a little bit more difficult. I think they've increased the difficulty of them as well as the spawn rates. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just feels that way. It just seems like more of a challenging game now, and I think that will keep people's interests a lot longer, even if it is a little frustrating at first. All right, so we haven't really found any crazy biomes or anything like that just yet. Like, no jungle, no mesa or anything, and from the looks of it, with the rest of this map to generate, I don't think we're going to today. I think we're going to have to go outside the range of this particular map a lot farther to find anything like that, which we will be able to do later on. We're not going to go outside this map today. I only wanted to explore one map's worth of terrain just to get us started, and it's honestly taken a few hours to get this much terrain generated on the map. So if we were to go farther, we would just be, exploring for a really long time, and this episode would be very late. So we're going to finish up with this map. So far, just to recap, we have found some dark oak, we found a village, we found a ocean monument that we're going to raid a little bit later in the series after we are fully prepared. We need to get some potions, we need to get some leveled up gear. In order to get potions, we've got to go to the nether first because we need the blaze rods, and that's the only place to get them. So we've got quite a few things to do before we can even consider the ocean monument, but I'm excited. I know exactly where it is, so even with the cartographer, I don't really need the cartographer now because I know exactly where it is on this particular map. But maybe if we do actually find a cartographer and he's got the Ocean Explorer map, then maybe there's actually a different ocean monument on that map. I'm pretty sure that multiple ocean monuments spawn in any given world. I don't think it's limited to one. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's multiple ocean monuments in any given world. You just have to travel farther to find them. But we found the one that's closest to us, which is awesome. I'm super excited about that. One of the coolest features of the game, honestly. It's a lot of fun. It's a huge challenge because it's underwater and you got to have the right gear to survive. So it's a nice little twist on, a challenging part of the game. So once we end up getting there, I think hopefully we'll keep this season going for as long as possible. Hopefully our world doesn't do anything crazy down the road, but I fully intend on turning the ocean monument into a guardian farm, and that's especially now because it's so close to our base. We could just, plop a nether portal down and, have a nether portal linked up to each location and hop on through the nether and be there in no time. And we won't even have to travel through the water. It'll be nice. So hopefully sometime down the road, we'll get a guardian farm going as well. Lots of plans for this season. Well, I found another village, and we're pretty much done here. The map is almost completely filled in. There's not a whole lot left to do, but let's go check out this village and see what there is to see. I'm not sure if there's a blacksmith, but this is pretty intense looking. Like, it's generated off the side of that hill over there, and it's pretty scattered all over the place. I can't even get into some of the doors because they're raised off the ground, and I would have to pillar up to do so, and I just don't know that it's worth it because I don't think there's anything inside these particular buildings. So let's walk around and see what else there is. Is there a blacksmith anywhere? Nothing in there. And ooh, there's a chest in here. Yep, that's what I thought. Food. We'll go ahead and take it with us because you can't ever have enough food, especially when you're just getting started in a survival world. I know we're already 4 episodes in, but we're still kind of early in the game, and we haven't, gotten to the point where we can just say, nope, I don't need that. I'm just going to leave that there. We'll take it with us. All right, so we have filled in the entire map, and we are heading back, I think, in the direction of our base. Hopefully we'll find it soon. Oh, look at this! I know where we are. I know exactly where we are. This is the place we made camp the very, very first night, the very first episode, and we set up a small starter farm there and placed down all of our items until we found our base location, and I'm always going to keep those chests and supplies there. They're not coming down. I'm not going to use them because it's a memory. It's something that we did early on, and I want that stuff to stay there, just as like our base camp to start up with. So let's run on back over here, and if I remember correctly, which I'm pretty sure I do, our base is just over this direction, a few few blocks away. We're almost there. I see lights. That's a good sign. We have made it back home. That was a pretty good adventure. We got this entire map explored, and there's a creeper. Where's our dog? You're gonna have a seat, because I don't want you anywhere near that creeper if he comes after us. So you're just gonna sit out here for the night, and we're gonna be careful. Please don't come after me. Oh, there's another one. Let's just make a run for it. We're going inside. Go, 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 go. We're going to go to sleep real quick and try to get rid of some of these mobs. Those creepers won't go away, but maybe they'll walk away and not bother us. But let's take a snooze real quick. All right, just a couple more things to do in today's episode. We're going to go ahead and craft up an item frame. And we need some sticks to do that. So let's go ahead and get some sticks. And there we go. Crafted. There's our item frame. And we're going to go ahead and hang up our map just so we can take a look at it. And if we ever want to pull it down to go adventuring in the particular area that we've already explored, we're going to know where we're going, especially when we want to get back to that ocean monument. It'll be nice to have that map with us. So we're going to keep that there for the time being. And there you can see our little icon, the green arrow on the screen. That means we are in our main base. Awesome. Well, I finally went ahead and made myself a book and quill for comment and question of the day. We've already got episode 2 and 3 in the record books, forever they will stay, and we've got episode 4 ready to go. The question for today is this: BluJay, how is the baby doing? Frostwolf. Well, Frostwolf, I really appreciate you asking me that question, and I want to go ahead and give you guys an update because I haven't talked about this for quite some time. Oh, it's dark. We're going to go to sleep. The reason why we're going outside is to fix a creeper hole. We don't need to make any more of those, so night-night. Okay, so Baby. Baby is doing amazing. He is actually 1 month old today as of the time of this recording, and he is just growing and doing all the things that babies are supposed to do, and healthy as can be. I couldn't ask for a better situation. And honestly, if you guys watched my episode 1 of season 2 of Unity SMP, the one where I did the collaboration with Patty Casks, he and I were talking a little bit about kids and mentioned that both of my kids sleep very well, which, you know, we lucked out on because that means mom and dad sleep well as well. So we're all getting enough rest. It's, you know, rough some nights. Babies do what babies do, and sometimes they just wake up in the middle of the night and need fed and just need to be held and put back to sleep. And so that's just how that goes. It's a big responsibility, but he's doing good. He's doing very, very well. He's healthy and growing and doing all of the things that he's supposed to be doing as a baby. And we're doing great as well. And his older brother, he's doing great too. We're all adjusting and having just a great old time getting to know this new little guy that has just been brought into the world. It's such a privilege being a parent, and so exciting and a lot of fun, a lot of hard work and a lot of stress sometimes and a lot of exhaustion, but, you know, it's all worth it in the end. So thank you for that question, and if you guys have any more questions that you would like answered, we are doing a comment and question of the day in every single episode as long as I've got comments and questions coming in. So keep commenting, keep asking, and if your question didn't get answered in the last couple episodes since we started doing this, do not fret, do not worry. I've seen every comment and every question that's come in. I do read all of them, but we can only get to one in every episode, so keep asking. Maybe your question will be the next one to be picked. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that I've got for today. We are going to wrap this episode up now. I apologize if this wasn't your cup of tea. I know we did a lot of talking and not a whole lot of building. That's just the way the adventure episodes go sometimes, is they're a lot more conversational and just kind of taking a look around to see what there is. And that's what we did today, and I'm really happy with some of our finds, Dark Oak Wood and the Ocean Monument in particular. Really excited about those two things. So leave a comment in the comment section to let me know what you thought about today's episode. If you liked it, let me know what you liked about it. If you didn't like it, let me know what you'd like to see improved, and I would be happy to address some of those concerns as well. If you liked this episode enough to go check out my Patreon and consider supporting the channel in that way, I would greatly appreciate your consideration for that kind of support. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.